I want to share a story that still feels like a wound that hasn't fully healed. It's about my wife, the woman I thought I would grow old with. For 10 years, we had what I believed was a strong marriage. We weren't perfect, but we had a nice home, stable jobs, 2 cars in the driveway, and a rhythm that felt like a real partnership. I trusted her completely. She was my safe place. Or so I thought. It started subtly. She began using words like independence and freedom more often. At first, I thought it was just normal growth. Every person wants space to discover themselves. But soon, her behavior changed. She'd come home late, brushing it off as just staying out with friends. She kept her phone glued to her hand. She laughed at messages she never explained. One evening, I asked her directly if something was wrong. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "I don't think I want to be tied down anymore. I need my independence." That word, independence, hit me like a knife. I tried to reason with her, asking if this was about me, about us, or about someone else. She got defensive. The more I pushed, the more she pulled away. Finally, she confessed, she'd been seeing someone else. I remember my body going numb. It was like the walls of the house we built together started caving in. I asked her why throw away everything we had? She said, "Because I don't want to answer to anyone. I want to live my life without rules." The next day, she packed her things. Just like that, a decade of love, memories, and promises was stuffed into 2 suitcases. I stood in the driveway, watching her leave, my heart breaking with every step she took away from me. I tried to tell myself she'd regret it, that maybe she'd realize freedom doesn't mean loneliness. But she didn't call. She didn't text. It was as if I never existed. 7 days later, I heard from a mutual friend. My wife, the woman who abandoned our marriage for independence, was pregnant. Not only that, she was living in a trailer park with the man she cheated on me with. At first, I didn't believe it. How could she fall so far, so fast? But then I saw it with my own eyes. I drove past the park, and there she was, standing outside a rusted old trailer, holding her stomach, laughing with him like this was her happily ever after. It felt like someone had reached inside me and ripped out my heart. Not because I wanted her back, but because of how little our marriage meant to her. 10 years of loyalty and sacrifice, discarded for a fling that left her in a trailer, pregnant, with a man who, let's be honest, probably won't stay. For days, I was furious. Not just at her, but at myself. How did I not see the signs? How could I have been so blind, so trusting? But anger gave way to something else, clarity. I realized her choices had nothing to do with my worth as a man. They were about her. She wanted freedom, but what she found was instability. She wanted excitement, but what she got was consequences. And while she was learning those lessons the hard way, I still had my dignity. I poured myself into rebuilding my life. I leaned on my friends, focused on work, and started rediscovering who I was outside of being her husband. Do I still think about her? Yes. Sometimes, late at night, I wonder if she regrets it. If she looks at the peeling walls of that trailer and remembers the home we shared. If she feels the weight of her choices pressing down on her now that freedom looks nothing like what she imagined. But here's the truth. I don't need the answer anymore. Because her path is no longer my path. She chose independence over marriage, and within a week, her new life came crashing down around her. Meanwhile, I've chosen peace. Healing. A future that doesn't depend on someone else's loyalty, but on my own strength. If there's anything I've learned, it's this: sometimes the betrayal isn't about what you lose, but about what you gain once the illusion is shattered. I lost a wife, yes. But I gained clarity, self-respect, and the freedom to build a life with someone who actually values commitment. And that, I've realized, is the kind of independence worth holding on to.